Hey Omar, this is Sean with We Care Professional Plastering Services. I was referred to you by Tom and Ann. Um, so I just want to go through this video with you real quick and just kind of explain to you what I'm going to end up doing. I'm not going to mention price in this video because it is a public video. I will text you the price that I would have to go with right after I send you this video, okay? And then go over the video a couple times if you need to. Go over the price with your wife if that's the case. You need to do that. And just get back to me and let me know if you're okay with it. The issue I do want to get in with you before I do give you a quote here, though, is I would not be able to start your job until the week after Christmas, unfortunately. Me and my partner are in the middle of a job right now. We're trying to finish it up, and it is a extreme rush job. Basically the same case. It's an apartment rental though, and they need to try and get it rented out by January 1st. So we're trying to get that job done over this next week, and then right after that, we would easily be able to come start your job the week after Christmas. And it should take, I'm going to say 7 days. Okay, just to be safe, so you don't go scheduling painters or anything like that before we're complete. But in reality, it should take about 6 days. So with all that being said, let's kind of go through what's going on here. And also with the quote that I will end up giving you, that also includes a quick scrape. We're going to scrape up our mud chunks at the end of the job and give it a quick sweep and get rid of that garbage for you. If there's any vacuuming or anything like that that you expect to be done, that would be extra. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. So you'd be better off to hire a laborer to give it a vacuum after we're done anyways, compared to the price that you would end up getting from us to have to do vacuuming. But we will scrape it and we will sweep it. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's just kind of go through this video. This is the video that Tom sent me. Very good video. Thank you, Tom. So anyways, the bathroom obviously is going to be 3-coated finished. Perfection. Now, the only thing is with these walls, okay, I understand like you guys went through and patched a bunch of the holes and stuff like that. It's great. That it does help. It may reduce some work in some areas, but when I do this, I'm very, very picky and very extensive. Sorry about that. I'm very, very picky and very extensive in the work that I do, being as other people are going to see the work that I've done, and I want them to say, this is the guy. This is the only guy that you want in your house if you want it done properly. So you can see my attitude towards the way I do my work here. It has to be perfect when I walk out. Otherwise, I just won't take the job. Okay. So I'm going to explain to you what's going on. So with all these walls, I'm going to clean up a lot of these patches. Now you see how these patches are all in that certain area from this corner all the way across on that top, basically up to about where the top of my picture is, down to here is going to be skimmed right across to cover those. So that way there is no flashy spots. All right. So that's just something that I have to do to make sure that after you paint it, it's not going to have flashes all over the place, because that's going to make me look really bad. So stuff like that. And then we're also going to be walking around, and anywhere where the factory joints are and the butt joints were originally on the original drywall job, we will be checking all of that. If there's anything that is showing, it will be fixed and it will be made true flat and then smooth. So that way when you paint, everything is to perfection and there is no flashies, there is no issues. There's nothing that anybody could look at and say, this guy missed this guy missed that. All right, so I'm pretty picky and particular about that stuff. Just want to let you know in advance. So when we do this, I'm going to walk you through and I'm going to explain to you the things that I'm going to be really looking for. All right. So thank you for, the patches. It does save on time, and it is going to affect the cost. It is going to be cheaper than had I had to start it right from the beginning. Okay, so let's back up just a little bit here. Well, now that patch, that's not a huge deal, but actually, we're not quite there yet. Sorry. This room's not too bad, but the same thing where there's a lot of patches in one basic area, I'm going to be skimming it right from corner to corner over top. That whole wall, the whole top section is going to be skimmed right out. That corner bead's going to be cleaned right up to the top. sections where there's a lot of patches in one area, like I said, I'll have to skim it right across. It'll be 2 coats, skimmed right across. Now here's the things that I'm going to be really looking for. 1 second here. Let's back up a little bit. So now these corner beads, stuff like that, like this bulkhead coming down the stairs, I'm going to be looking for any type of imperfection, that it doesn't look true flat. It has an indent, because most tapers, when they just tape drywall standard, especially back in the days when this one was probably taped, they really don't put that much care into their work, and they just do the 2 coat system, whether it is actually true flat or not. My main mission is to make things true flat first, and then from there skim it out so you'll never see it. It looks like it was always one piece. All right, so corner beads like that, if it needs it, it's going to get it if I'm in there. This whole wall section is basically going to be skimmed from the bottom of this bead, this bulkhead, all the way across the wall, right up to the stairwell, and then all the way down to this bottom corner. So that whole section is going to be skimmed out because there's so many patches there, and then there's this big butt joint here that I'm going to make true flat first, obviously, before I skim. And then I'm going to skim it right out, the whole section. So that way when you paint, there's not going to be any flashiness. There's going to be nothing that's going to tell you that this area was fixed. All right. So I can see just in this video, it is not flat yet. It has been coated probably a couple of times too. I will make it true flat on my very first coat and then skim it from there. Now the bead, obviously it's going to be coated right from the top to the bottom, but not only this bead, every other corner bead, this bulkhead here, I'm going to tie it into that butt joint. It's all going to be skimmed into one piece. So that way, same thing, when you paint it, you're not going to see sections, you're not going to see differences. It's all going to look like it was one piece, and naturally that way. There's a corner bead over here on the right side, and in this video when he walks by, I can see a ding in it already, so I already know I'm going to have to pay attention to that. So just to be safe, I'm going to pay attention to every single corner bead bulkhead within this area. Obviously, if it needs it, it's going to get it to make it true flat. All right. I can see 2 coats on quite a few things down here, but the patches, stuff like that, this patch back here just above my picture, way in the back there, there's another patch on the other side too, I'll show you in a second. That's going to need 3 coats. And now this piece here, if you want it corner beaded, that's fine. That's all included in the price. Either way, whether I do that or I don't do that, just get the corner beads for it. Well, I can let you know exactly what corner bead to get for it. Actually, I would rather you use what I suggest for material. I'll be able to stop by if you agree with this quote with my partner, and we could do a board count, get you an exact board count, and try to get you a fairly exact mud count. By what I can see myself here, we're looking at 8 to 10 boxes of mud. So I would just suggest getting like 8 boxes of mud to begin with, and then, you know, near the end, a couple days before I'm running out, I can figure out exactly what I would need from there to complete everything, and I could just give you a call or a text and let you know, okay, can you drop off, you know, 2 more boxes of mud by tomorrow or something like that. If you're okay with working like that, then that's the best way to do that. I don't want to overquote on the mud and end up with too much extra mud, okay? So like I said, though, whether you're going with corner bead on here and you want it all squared up with corner bead or not, if you're putting some kind of tile or wood trim on there or whatever, that's up to you. The quote will be the same either way. It's all included anyways. All right. So let's keep going here for a second. So that whole bulkhead is going to be recoated and made brand new. Same thing with the corner beads there going through the doorway. This area here, that's going to be coated right from the top all the way down, all the way into the corner. It's going to be made to look like all one piece. You will never see any kind of flashiness after I'm done with it once you paint it. Let's keep going. Oh, sorry. Lost her there. So I notice over on the other side of this, right here below my picture, there's a patch there that's going to be coated probably up to here, all the way across, and then down, and then all the way down to the floor. to make it true flat and to be able to skim it so you'll never see anything once it's painted. Now, in the video that Tom sent me, he said that there doesn't seem to be anything on the ceilings. If there is a joint on a ceiling somewhere, as long as it's a smooth ceiling and not a texture ceiling, if it's texture, I won't be able to touch it because if I touch it, I'd have to skim the whole ceiling. But if it's a smooth ceiling and I do see an old joint, like a factory joint or a butt joint, that doesn't seem to be true flat and it's actually showing, like I can see it, I will fix that too. So the ceilings will be included if I do notice anything like that into this quote. And the quote would be the same either way. Even if you told me not to focus on the ceilings, I'm still going to focus on the ceilings as soon as I'm on the job, because the job, like I said, has to look a certain way after I walk off the job. Otherwise, I just don't do it. Okay. So I think we're pretty clear on the type of job that I'm going to do. I'm sure you've already been, explained everything about how I do what I do by Tom and Ann. They were very pleased with my work, and, I'm the same with everybody. So I do care. And that's why I chose the company name that I chose, We Care Professional Plastering Services. So now in this bathroom, the only question that I'm having right now with the quote is I can give you one quote without insulating and vapor barriering, and I can give you a quote if we do insulate and vapor barrier. But I will be honest with you, if you have a laborer available that can insulate it and vapor barrier, like in a day or whatever before we get there, so it's all ready to board, it will be cheaper for you to get a laborer to do that. So it's up to you. If you don't have somebody to do that, I'll give you the price with just the board and taping. Everything is completed to perfection. No issues when we walk out, and the floors are scraped and swept. Okay. And then, like I said, if you need vacuuming done, you're better off to get a laborer to do that. So it's up to you. If you can I'm going to send you this video. If you can just let me know, whether you expect us to insulate and vapor barrier or not. Okay. Or if you're going to be able to deal with that yourself and have it done by the time we're ready to be there. Like I said, the best date I can give you is the week after Christmas. We would be able to start. All right, so I will send you this video. I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel for my drywall company, and I will send it to you and let you look it over, and I will text you my quote in the very next text. All right, and just discuss it with your wife, whatever you need to do. Make sure you think that it's fair, and just let me know if you would like us to do it or not. And I'll send you a message anyways. Okay. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you, Tom, for sending me this video. It's very helpful, especially with COVID-19 times that are going on right now. It's much easier to just kind of look at it by video like this. So have a good day, and I hope to hear back from you soon, Omar. Thank you.